Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of not the Hangout. That's the old school stuff. Used to be on the Comic Call. I'm your host, Dylan Lang. I'm a little flustered and pissed off because I started setting this up about 15 minutes ago. It never takes this long. First, it had to computer spiral through updates, and then it was taking forever to load, and now it's still freaking around with me. And it took me forever to load, and then it couldn't find YouTube, and then I had to restart, and then I came back here again, and now it's all set up and ready to go. But you're not here to hear about that. You're here about see comic. This is this week's comic call. Also, this week, my comic store got their trick or treat Halloween comic fest bags. So yay! So it's fun. We see those. So first up from DC Comics, we have Wonder Woman number 56. I haven't been collecting Wonder Woman because I didn't like the creative team on it. I think when G. Willow Wilson comes on, I'll probably go back and subscribe to it. But right now I'm not. The only reason why I have this one right now is because it's a crossover with Justice League Dark, called The Witching Hour, so I had to keep following the story here. You really can't tell, though. DC is doing a special thing now. We're doing chrome covers, so most of these are chrome covers. They're a bit more, you touch them, they're a little bit more rough, and they're shinier. But it's written by James Tynion IV, with art by Emanuela Lupacchino and on pencils, and Ray McCarthy on inks. So this is continuing the Witching Hour storyline with Wonder Woman and Justice League Dark. So interesting stuff going on, and it should be interesting. So it's good. Next up, we have Hawkman number 5, which has actually been a very surprisingly good series written by Robert Venditti with art by Brian Hitch, and Brian Hitch has drawn every issue so far. And inks by Hitch and Andrew Curie. We see a reunion between Hawkman and the Atom. So that's going to be a fun thing. But this series has just been really, really good. And again, we get another chrome cover, nice artwork, so on and so forth. So definitely worth it. Superman number 4 continued the Brian Michael Bendis run on it. And again, surprisingly, Ivan Reyes is still doing the artwork on it. So when he was doing those books where he only did one issue here and there, maybe he was working on this, I suppose. This is, as I said, written by Brian Michael Bendis with pencils by Ivan Reyes, Joe Prado, and Auclair Albert are the inkers, continuing the storyline here. So the artwork is nice looking, and the story's still kind of meh to me. I'm not that big of a fan of this new bad guy, and just in general, it just seems sort of meh to me. But I'll keep getting it. It looks pretty good. Next up, we have Supergirl number 23. Again, another chrome cover. This one's written by Mark Andreyko with art by Kevin McGuire, inks by Sean Parsons and Wade von Grodbacher. So it's good to see Kevin McGuire doing a regular series. This is his 3rd straight issue in a row. I like his artwork, and it's good to see it on a more regular basis. And it's definitely a different take on Supergirl. So go ahead and pick that up. Also chrome, we have The Flash, number 56, written by Joshua Williamson with art by Scott Collins, continuing their storyline where all kinds of... You had the Speed Force, but now you've had the Slow Force, the Strong Force, and now you have the Sage Force, whatever that is. So they're really going all out on this type of stuff. So The Flash is, I guess, an important series to follow up on because it is... creating all this crazy new stuff in the system. So good on that. That's it all for the chrome ones. I didn't get chrome for Catwoman number 4 because I like this cover, the variant cover. I think it's gorgeous. I like these more realistic paintings like that. But Catwoman does have a chrome cover also. This is written by Joel Jones, who also draws it. And in this case, there's flashbacks, and the flashbacks are drawn by Fernando Blanco. So get a little bit of everything, and some flashbacks and some present day stuff. So good stuff. And finally, Plastic Man number 5, continuing Gail Simone's run on the miniseries. I think this is the next to last issue. The last issue comes out next week, or not next week, next month. Adriana Mello does the artwork, Gail Simone writer. This has been a pretty entertaining comic so far, too. It takes a very grim turn. It hasn't been grim, too grim, but it is now. So, and that's it for DC. Marvel this week, the beginning of the new Spider storyline, Spider-Geddon number 1 with multiple covers. I love this cover, so that's why I picked up this variant cover. It's written by Christos Gage, art by Jorge Molina, and it's another iteration of the Spider-Verse where, you know, you bring all the Spider-Mans from alternate dimensions to work together to take on a big bad, and you work together, and you get to see different types of Spider-Man, and it's pretty entertaining. So worth a look. Spider-Verse was a lot of fun, so hopefully Spider-Geddon will be too. Amazing Spider-Man number 7, written by Nick Spencer with art by Humberto Ramos, and inks by Victor Olabazo. What's great about Nick Spencer is, even though I hated his Captain America run, his Spider-Man run, he likes to bring out all of Spider-Man's oddball villains and give them new insights. So it's fun to see that. So continue on with that. Also, keeping in the family of Spider-Man, we have the new What If book. This is What If Peter Parker Became a Spider-Man. This is a pretty awesome cover, homage to the Mike Zeck cover of the first Punisher miniseries that Carl Potts wrote, and Carl Potts, coincidentally enough, is writing this issue as well. Carl Potts writer, artist Juanan Ramirez. So the What If is, you know, what if Peter Parker became the Punisher? Now, let's see who did the cover. Does it say? Chris Stevens and Rachel Rosenberg. So it's a pretty good cover. I like it, and it's a neat look to it. So What If books are always fun also. Excuse me. Speaking of Gail Simone, she wrote a DC book. She also wrote a Marvel book. Domino number 7, beginning the new story arc. Nice little cheesecake cover there. Written by Gail Simone, art by David Baldion. The new story arc is starting. It's a wintry type of event. Domino's been an extraordinarily entertaining book as well, so well worth the pickup on that one too. Exiles number 9, continuing the great time-spanning alternate dimension, speed of alternate dimensions for Spider-Geddon. These are alternate dimensions of other stuff. Saladin Ahmed and Javier Rodriguez. Saladin Ahmed wrote it. Javier Rodriguez is the penciler. Alvaro Lopez is the inker. And you get, this is the one where you get dimension hopping superheroes, and sometimes the heroes stay in the dimensions they're hopping into, and other times they bring over new characters and you bring in new looks at it. So it's always fun. Captain America number 4, written by Tanishi Coates. Tanishi Coates and Leno Francis Fu with pencils. Jerry Alangulin is doing the inking on that. So continuing the new run on Captain America. We get a vision of it. The Taskmaster shows up. So yay. That's it for Marvel. Independence, we have from Aftershock, another new number 1, The Last Space Race, number 1, written by Peter Calloway with art by Alex Scheibau. It's something gets discovered at the edge of space, and it creates a whole new space race to see who can grab a hold of this and access it. So we'll see how this one goes. Aftershock does some really good books like Animosity. Animosity number 16 is in with art written by Marguerite Bennett with art by Rafael de la Torre and Ornella Savarese. So continuing this storyline. Gail Simone did a DC book. Gail Simone did a Marvel book. Gail Simone did an independent book, Red Sonja Tarzan #5. This is the next to last issue of her miniseries, drawn by Walter Giovanni, continuing a time tripping Red Sonja teaming up with Tarzan. So Gail Simone is going crazy again. Whoa! Sorry, the chair here is getting ready to fall. And the last book that I got this week is Hey Kids Comics #3, written and drawn by Howard Chaykin. That's basically Howard Chaykin's take on the rise of comic books. So you get some Howard Chaykin nice artwork, and you get an interesting story about the rise of comic books in America. And that is it. I know this hasn't been an exciting one, and I was less than enthusiastic, but I'm still kind of annoyed at stuff, and it's late on a Friday, so I just wanted to get this done. Go to the comic book store, pick up the stuff tomorrow. The 13th of October is Walking Dead Day. I talked about it last week, and I'm going to talk about it again today. So Walking Dead Day is tomorrow. So go to your local comic store, pick up a free copy of a Walking Dead comic. They'll also have masks. They'll probably have sales. My store's doing 50% off of trades and hardcovers, including all Walking Dead stuff. I think there's also like blind bag giveaways they're doing as well. There's a whole bunch of them on the wall here, and some other weird Walking Dead stuff. I didn't see if they had the Cards, Comics, and Collectibles variant cover of issue #1. I'll have to take a look at that again, because there was a #1 cover. I was like, what is that? That's interesting. So maybe I'll go check that out tomorrow and see what we got there. But definitely, if you're like The Walking Dead, October 13th, Saturday, is Walking Dead Day at your local comic book store. Your local comic book store might get some free stuff and some goodies and so on and so forth. So on that note, I'm going to depart because I'm tired, and it's getting late, and I'm still annoyed. But I'm okay now. My show, Dylan Knows, will be on sometime this weekend. Don't know yet when it's going to work out, so we'll figure something out again. All right, thanks for watching, and go buy comics. Bye.